Hello everyone, and welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today I show the game played by Baskaran and David, and this beautiful game complete in just less than 10 moves. And let's see how the game. The game starts with the pawn to b3, and the black play, and here you have the Nimzowitsch-Larsen Opening. Then the game continues with bishop to b2, and this bishop is now attacking the pawn at e5. Therefore, the black just play knight to c6 and protect the pawn. After this move, the white play c4, and here the black just continue develop the knight to f6. Then the white continue to develop the knight to f3, and here the knight also can capture the pawn at e5 if the black do not move the pawn. And here with this move, you have the two pieces attack the pawn and will be winning. And also the blue path is indicate the critical path for the white knight to go from g1 to f3, then to d4, and finally to place the knight at f5, and with this the knight can attack the pawn at g7 if the black castling the king side. So after this move, the black can play a bishop to develop bishop to c5, attacking the pawn at f2. Or the stronger will be push the pawn forward to attack the knight. This move at the move number 4, the black just push the pawn forwards and attack the knight. And this also black is better. Then the knight continue to play to the center of the square, knight to d4, and here the bishop to c5 attacking the knight, and also attack the pawn at f2, and you can play a knight to g4 protecting the bishop. So this is the first 5 move, and you can see that in this position the black is slightly better in the game. And after this move, the knight move to f5, and the idea is to attack the pawn at g7 and check the king. And after this, you can just use the bishop to attack the knight as well, or pinning it. So after this move, the black just go for a short castling, and this will get the king off the center of the board and bring the king to the safe position. After this, the white play e3, and this will prevent the bishop to attack the pawn at f2. Then d5 was played trying to attack the c4 pawn, and with this the white just capture the pawn. Then you can use the queen to capture the pawn, and at the same time the queen can attack the knight, and this will force the knight to move away. After this, the knight at this move, the black just move knight takes the center pawn, and with this capture It is a tactical blunder, and with this it gives white to win the game and mate in 4. And at the move number 9, the white made one move and win the game. And continue to play. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer. And for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the moves that the white play and win the game. And after this move, this knight capture is a tactical blunder, and with this the white move queen to g4 and attacking the pawn, and win will be a checkmate as it is protected by the bishop or the knight. So after queen to g4, and nothing much the black can do, and with this the black resign the game at 9 move. And if you want to continue the game, if you use the queen to block, such as queen to f6, then the bishop can just capture the queen, and again you have the 3 pieces to attack, and the queen capture the pawn is unstoppable. If you use the knight to capture, then the queen will just capture the g7 pawn, and it will be a checkmate with 11 move only. And back to this position, if you move the queen to g5, and this is only just to delay the mate, as the queen will just capture, and the next move will capture the g7 pawn, and it will checkmate as it's protected by the bishop or the knight. So there's nothing much you can do at this position, and if you block with the bishop will just capture it back, and if you use the knight to take the bishop, and again the queen will just capture, and it will be a checkmate. So back to this position, and if you move the move such as a knight to f6, then the simple move will be the g7, and it will be a checkmate protected by the knight. And if you use the bishop to block first, and the game you use the white to capture the d7, d4 bishop, and after the knight capture, then the queen will just capture g7 checkmate again. And at this move, if you just want to delay queen to f6, then the bishop will just capture, and after knight capture, then the queen will just capture and win the game. So basically this queen g4 is a very strong move, and at this move if you use the bishop just to capture the knight, and here you have the queen takes g7, and can capture the queen, the white winning the game. So as you see at this move, the beautiful move is the queen to g4 and attacking the pawn with the knight and the bishop protected. So at this move the white is winning, and the mate cannot be stopped. So back to this version, at this move the correct way to play would be the queen capture the pawn. So for example, you can use the queen to take the pawn, and now if if you want to move the queen to g4, and now it cannot move because the knight is protecting the square, and here the checkmate is not. Now also attacking the knight. So this will be one of the best way for the black to play. Another suggestion would be you can use the bishop to capture the knight as well. For example, after bishop capture the knight, now again the queen cannot go to g4 to attack the pawn, as the bishop or the knight is protected the square. And the next move, the black can capture the pawn at d5 with either the knight or the queen. And with this, thank you.